Good morning and welcome back to my channel. In today's lesson we'll discuss Unit 8 of Advanced Grammar in Use, and we have present and past time review on the agenda. Let's jump right in. Firstly, continuous and simple. Let me remind you that continuous is about processes and simple is about facts. Now, when we focus on an activity itself, starting before and continuing up to and possibly beyond a particular point of time, rather than focusing on actions as completed events, we use continuous forms. For example, Ingrid can't come to the phone. She is washing her hair right now. As you are not using your car at the moment, can I borrow it? You are not using your car right now at the moment. This time yesterday, I was flying over the Pacific Ocean. This time yesterday, a point of time which was in the past, a particular point of time, and I was flying over the Pacific Ocean. Was she wearing that red dress when you saw her? You saw her, a particular moment in the past. So was wearing. We use simple forms to talk about general situations, habits, and things that are or were always true. We use the past simple for completed events, which have no duration at all. When I worked as a postman, I got up at 3 o'clock every morning. When I worked, I got up every single day at 3 o'clock and so on. At 3 o'clock, wow. Miguel doesn't play golf very well. This is just a fact about him. These birds build their nests on the ground. On the ground? Okay. They do this every spring. Every spring. Okay. The earthquake struck the area at midday yesterday. Past time for completed events. It was yesterday, and now we have only the consequences of this event. But in this sentence we can't see any duration. This is just a fact, like if it would be the report, like yesterday I don't know, I got up, I painted my hair, and the earthquake struck the area at midday. That's it. Just a list of facts about yesterday. Well, next. We also use simple forms with state verbs. State verbs are the verbs which we can't string like in process. For example, own. I have this phone or I don't have this phone. I own this house or I don't own this house. This house belongs to me or not to me, and it can belong to maybe Mr. Jackson, not me. So just facts and verbs without any dynamic. So she intends to work hard at school and go on to university. Did you understand the instructions we were given? However, we use continuous forms with these verbs when they describe something happening or changing. For example, she was intending to talk to Tony about the idea, but she didn't get the opportunity. Here, the process is emphasized, and we have to pay attention to the duration, to the fact that it was very long, and she was intending to talk to him, so it was very long. And here we want our listeners to pay attention to these very carefully. British and American English will slim me down. So, I'm understanding physics much better now that Mr. Davies is teaching us. I am understanding it right now, and this is something very important, maybe irritating with the emotions. It's not about effect. It's not about just I know this rule, and this rule, and he knows this rule, and this rule. No, but I am understanding much more, much better now than he is doing it. So situations when something is happening or changing right now. This is happening right now. Well, the first exercise, Amy is writing a blog for her friends and family as she travels around Australia. Use the present simple, present continuous, past simple or past continuous of the verbs in the box to complete the extracts. I think you have had enough time to do this exercise only by yourself, and now let's discuss it together. I am writing this blog in a hotel room in Perth right now. I arrived here a couple of hours ago, a week ago, a month ago, and so on. We have to use past simple here. After a long journey, bus, like on the bus, by bus. On the bus if we are on the bus right now and we can walk, but by bus if it's just a type of transport to use. From Adelaide, I am feeling pretty tired, so this will only be a short pause before I go to sleep. First of all, I feel if it's a state verb, but if I want to emphasize that it is very, very tiring and I'm extremely exhausted, then I can use I am feeling with the same meaning, no, almost the same meaning. This will only be a short pause before I go to sleep. Why should we use here present simple, not future? Because after these words like before, when, if, in these clauses, придаточные предложения, we should use present simple or just present tense, but in this case present simple is more appropriate. And if you want to know more about it, I had a post in my Telegram channel. You can check it out. Next, as you know, just a fact, I spent last week in Adelaide with Ruby. I spent effect about the past event, and it was last week, so past simple. I texted her a month or so ago, past simple, to tell her when I would be arriving, and she was waiting at the airport for me when I got there. She was waiting for me at this particular moment in the past when I got there. Past simple, short action. For the first few days, I felt or was feeling with the same meaning here. But the situation is quite similar to this one. Like I feel or I'm feeling, I feel just a fact, I am feeling tired. But I soon got over that after a few days of lazing around the beach. After a few days, so I soon got over that. Past simple. Ruby enjoys or is enjoying living in Adelaide a lot, although she is looking for a new job just now. She is looking for a new job right now, just now, at the moment, present continuous. And here, she enjoys if she lives there, if she always lives there, but if it's just a temporary situation, so she is living, she is enjoying. Well, next, although it seems that she doesn't get on or isn't getting on well with her colleagues. It seems seem is a state verb and we have to use it in present simple, the present simple, but she isn't getting on if it's a temporary problem, and if she doesn't get on very well always, permanently, then present simple. Apparently they constantly complain or are constantly complaining about the working conditions. If we say this with some kind of irritation, we use present continuous, but if it's just a fact, present simple. And it is starting to annoy Ruby. It is starting, like right now. She asked she asked me to pass on her best wishes to all her old friends. She asked me in the past, just a fact. So now I am looking forward to exploring Perth. I am looking forward right now. I hear or heard it's a wonderful place. I hear and heard in this case are the same, absolutely. And I'll post again soon. Emmy. Then perfect. We use perfect verb forms to describe one event or state from the point of view of a later time. The present perfect suggests a connection between something that happened in the past and the present time. Note, however, that the situation or event does not have to continue until the time of speaking, only to have some connection or relevance to the present time. I've finished that book you wanted, so you can borrow it now. The result of this action is important right now. It doesn't matter anything for us when exactly he finished this book. Have you turned the heating off? I don't like it to be on when I am not at home. Yes, because it's very expensive. А у нас квартире газ, а у вас? Have you turned the result of it by now? Your nose is bleeding. Has somebody hit you? Has somebody hit you? I don't ask him when somebody hit him. I ask him just the fact of it. Was or wasn't. I don't ask when. Then the past perfect is used to locate a past event before another past event. By the way, remember that these past events have to be connected with each other. I invited him out to dinner, but he said he had already eaten. He had already eaten by the time, this particular point of time in the past, and that is why he rejected having dinner. Next, by the time I picked up my phone, they had run off. They had done it before by the time he picked up his phone. One action before the other action, and they have the connection. Next. Exercise. Complete this extract from a newspaper article in the most natural way, using the past simple, present perfect, or past perfect of the verbs in brackets. Okay. Ronson's sacked in United Cuts. Aston United have sacked their manager Neil Ronson. The former England football international said that he had heard the news when he returned from a 3-week holiday in Spain and that it had come as a complete shock. Well, one by one. Firstly, they had heard before the former England football international said. And in the second part, it had come before he returned. Well, there was no hint of any problem when I left for the holiday. I left, two actions in the past without any results and without any sequence of actions. Aston United appointed Ranson as manager 2 years ago, past simple, and last season they finished second in the first division, I think. Well, they finished second. They finished it just last season. We can see this phrase last season, and that is why we have to use past simple without any perfect, continuous, and so on. Division. Yes, I said it correctly. Division. Yes. However, they have won only 5 matches so far. Have won because so far is used with present perfect. This season, the chairman of the club, Peter White, last night accused reason of a lack of commitment to the club. Neil's attitude. Neil's attitude has disappointed us recently. Recently, present perfect. Over the last few months, he has spent more time on Spanish beaches than working with the players in Aston, and he has spent this time by now. Next, combination of perfect and continuous. We combine the perfect and continuous forms in the present perfect continuous to describe an activity in progress either at or recently before the time of speaking and possibly beyond it. I have been following the discussion of the forum with great interest. I have been following. It means that I started doing it some time ago. I am continuing doing it right now, and I will be doing it in the future. So I have been following very, very long action connected with the present moment, but it has really long duration. We can also use the present perfect continuous to talk about activities that have recently finished with some result that can be seen or heard. Look at the dirt on your clothes. Have you been digging in the garden again? Have you been doing it for the very long period of time, and this activity has recently finished, and now I see the result of it. Dirt on your clothes, dirty clothes. The past perfect continuous has a similar meaning, however the point of reference is not now, as it is with the present perfect continuous, but a point in the past. When we met, point in the past, Lena and Marco, they had been riding at this particular point of time in the past, and they had been doing it for some time. It had been snowing heavily for hours when I went to the door, I couldn't open it. It had been snowing for hours, very long period of time. And when I went to the door, I couldn't open it, a point of time in the past. And the last exercise. Two friends are discussing someone's health. If the... I hate this verb, really. Italicized, verb is correct, right? Put right tick if it is wrong. Correct it using the past simple, present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, or past perfect continuous. Okay, give me a second. I want to check italicized. Okay, I still hate this verb. Italicized. Okay, next. The first sentence. I hear your dad's in hospital. Wasn't he on holiday in Scotland? What happened? Has he had, or has he been having, any health problems recently? Has he had, if it's just a fact and we can see only the result of it, but has he been having any problems recently? I think I can show you that in the rule, like, or recently before the time of speaking. This sentence is about this part of the rule. It was recently, and it is still a very long action. Well, he has been suffering from stress for some time, but we... Correct, by the way. He has been suffering. He started it some time ago. He is doing it right now, and he will be doing it in the future. So yeah, he has been suffering. But we, though, what though? thought or has thought a holiday in Scotland. Has thought? No. No. But we have thought a holiday in Scotland would be relaxing for him. We thought about it in the past, so it can be past simple can be used, but have, not has with he, she, it. We have thought if the result of it by now is more important. He had been working or has been working hard for months, the duration, very long period of time. And if this is referring to the past, we use past perfect continuous, and if it is about the present, then we use present perfect continuous. Well, and we had been trying to persuade him to have a break for ages before he agreed. We had been trying for ages, the duration before the moment in the past. Then, so did you go up to Scotland when you heard in the past? Two actions in the past. No, Mom. No. Mom went or has gone up to be with him, but the doctors have checked him over and have said that it's not too serious. Mom has gone up if it is actual by now. The doctors have checked by now and have said if this is about the present. But the whole sentence, Mom went up to be with him, but the doctors checked him over and said that it's not too serious if the whole situation was in the past and has no connection with the present moment. They gave him some medicine to bring down his blood pressure, or they have given him some medicine to bring down his blood pressure if it is actual by now, and have told that he needs a complete rest for a couple of months, so Mom's driving him back in the car tomorrow. Well, send him my best wishes when you speak to him. Thanks, I will do. What can I add here? When you speak to him, attention, please, that we use present simple here. Even though we are talking about the future, present simple. Because when you speak to him, we've mentioned it previously. Already mentioned it. Have told if it is connected with the present, and told if it's just a fact in the past. Great. Now let me invite all of you to my online individual English lessons, where you can practice all of this information in your real speaking, in your real writing, in your real reading, and just enjoy our comfortable and cozy atmosphere. Now I can let you go. Goodbye. See you next time. Кто молодец? Кто снял видос? Я сняла видос. Кто молодец? Я молодец.